Very good evening from Whites Hill here in Brisbane for round 6 action of the Metro Cup. Scott McAllister and Jordan Dart in commentary. For tonight's action, we'll be kicking off with the Women's Premier Division, the Southern Storm taking on the Gold Coast. Good evening, Jordan.
How you going, Scotty? It's going to be a good night. Rain stayed away for us. It's going to be a little bit slippery out there, and we're going to have some free-flowing footy, I reckon.
Yeah, both teams shaping up not too bad coming into this one. Southern Storm probably going to be the favourites going in. They're sitting higher on the ladder, currently in third position. 2 wins, 2 losses and 1 bye from their 5 games. The Coast still searching for their first win of the season, but there's a lot of young talent in this Gold Coast team, and they'll be sniffing away to try to get their first win.
Yeah, really good talent. The one that sticks out to me, Shani Valila, the captain, still very young, leading this side around and fresh off a 20s Queensland series, and probably had a little bit of time to recover from a little niggling knee injury she had. So look for her to be dangerous around that 7 metre mark.
Yeah, we'll quickly run through both team lineups for tonight, starting with the Southern Storm at number 2, Charlotte Vandermeer, 3, Emma Holden, 9, Alay Tanamu, 10, Felicity Archer, 15, Amelia Chadburn, 17, Chloe Nicola, 18, Emily Ward. Captained tonight by Meg Muir. Ash Carney is out due to a hamstring injury. 25, Emily Coyne, 53, Emily Campbell, 63, Rani Hagan, 66, Jenna Rousel, and 69, Bella Bauer. Take us through the Gold Coast team, Jordan.
Yeah, Gold Coast 2, Nikita Holloway Samuels, 4, the captain Shani Valila, 5, Isabel Fish, 10, Tegan Haig, 11, Harmony Perry, 12, Shatali Mooney Stack, 20, Michaela Isdale, 35, Akira Crocker, 37, Y. Marie Tuckerai, 55, Alaska Carroll, 62, Summer Robinson, 71, Paige Turner Rao, and 82, Kylie Hahi Penny.
And as many would know, yesterday was Are You OK Day, and BMTA announced that Metro Cup Round 9 will be Are You OK round to raise awareness for mental health issues and inspire everyone to take action and improve their own mental health and mental health of family and friends. We look forward to seeing the touch football community come together for this special cause. Make sure you stay tuned to the BMTA Facebook and Instagram pages to find out how you can show your support. So yeah, as you made mention, coming in, heavy rain this morning.
Yeah.
On the way out to work, I was like, well, we've no chance of doing some commentary tonight, but the skies opened up and the ground crew out here have done a fantastic job. I saw some photos from earlier on this morning and the fields were quite waterlogged. They've done a great job to be able to get the games out here for round 6.
Done an awesome job. The fields look great, like you said, but they will be wet underfoot. They'll be a bit slippery. Speaking from experience, I played on this last week in a bit of rain, and it's a little bit slippery out there. So the team who develops and kind of changes their game to reflect the conditions is probably going to go a long way to winning this match. So look to see them around that 7. Nice static stuff, that change direction stuff that will cause the defence a lot of dramas. So some handy players to do that in both these sides.
The officials for tonight's match, Miriam Hunt, Lachlan Freshwater and Zoe Genrick. And coming up after the Women's Premier game, it'll be the Southern Storm taking on the UQ Rebels. But we're underway here in the Women's Premier. The Southern Storm, first possession for them in this round 6 match. As they roll through nicely, Meg Muir, as mentioned, captaining the side tonight in Ash Carney's absence. As they play through the middle, a little switch out the back. It's a little play that we've seen from the Southern Storm a couple of times when they've made their way onto the coverage throughout the season, as Muir does a good job. Had to reel that in right from behind herself, pulls it forward and has a dive at the line, but a touch and pass penalty.
Touch and pass. So you see them, Amelia Chadburn, just go away from Meg Muir, and the captain straight away stamping her mark in the defensive line. Shani Valila wins her team a penalty. It's a good touch there from Emma Holden. Just slows down the Gold Coast rucking set just for a second.
Yeah, it looked pretty positive, nice and direct on the first few touches in the set. At the last 2, and 3 and 4 has just stagnated them a little bit. Coming into the line now, Valila picks up off the left foot, throws it in. Good to see her, looks like she's running free. Had a little bit of strapping on the last couple of games, but a couple of early touches there for Shani.
And no strapping tonight, so hopefully, like you said, she is running free, and everyone knows, or everyone around the touch community knows what she can do around that 7 metre line. So she's going to play a huge part for Gold Coast, and they're going to get great chance here.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there as the Southern Storm players who were making interchanges and threw the ball out. And the Southern Storm players was already into the interchange area, so it's a good position for the Gold Coast to start their set of 6 as we see a loose play the ball. They can't capitalise. A little bit sloppy in the play the ball, and as you touched on, those greasy conditions, you just got to pull it back a smidge and make sure that you get those balls down and play them nice and clean.
Yeah, and it's not going to dry up at all, so it's going to be a hard one to take. And we've seen both sides so far this season do a fairly good job in the dry. It's now who adjusts to the conditions. So I'd like to see them get at the line. Bella Bauer.
Touch there on last. It was Bauer working with Emily Wood in the midfield. It's Valila dishes off.
Oh no.
And they've turned it over again. Still straight
They
back
got
onto
space.
the run. Yeah, numbers out here on the right hand side. They just got to put it through the hands. The Coast hold their nerve. And they slide. There's danger signs there. They look to go early. Just a little bit hesitant though.
Yeah. And I like the fact that Valila once again just held her patience, just cruised out, took away the space. But now you see Rani Hagen and Amelia Chadburn going to work together now.
It is Chadburn from half. They split through the middle, diving in between defenders. And the touch has been made.
And second game up in Prems for Felicity Archer. And that was one thing that she was very dangerous at the first time she played. They ran this same little play that Chloe Nicola plays now.
A little variation on the back end of that time around, looking for the offload. Couldn't connect up.
I don't mind the option from Storm. It gives them a chance to go one-on-one at the line, wet conditions once again, and just diving at the line the first time from Felicity Archer and created a half chance.
So Gold Coast now trudging towards the halfway as they head over it now. A little jinking run from half. Chitali Mooney Stack turns the ball back over. Pretty good field position or starting position here for the Storm to get their set underway. As Hagen comes over to the interchange area, changes on for the Storm. Muir takes it and dishes to Ward, who straightens up the point of attack. Holden in the half. Again, they split through the middle, offloaded to Holden, loops one
Good
over the
ball.
top. There's space out there as well and planked down. And the Southern Storm are going to come up with opening points. And again, that similar play where they're stepping out with a little bit of a runner through the middle. Gets them on the back foot, but it was that final ball, as you made mention, Darty. That was a ripper.
Great ball there from Emma Holden. As you said, they run a little quickie play with the link coming through the middle. Run a two-step off it, and Emma Holden just sums it up nicely. Long ball straight out to the wing, and we've got first points of the night. As you said, I like the variation from Storm. They've gone to that same play, just 3 different types of it so far. So they'll find what works for them and hopefully keep staying to that.
So the Gold Coast will be looking to hit back here after the restart. Haven't had too much time down this end of the field so far. Valila on the run. They get numbers there. They make the touch. And here's the last for the Gold Coast. Valila across field again. Harley Penny with the little wraparound play, but just steps away. And Valila couldn't take that one as Meg Muir rolls forward on touch one. Wood puts it through the hands to Holden, who set up that first try for the Southern Storm. A little bit cleaner this time around as they make changes yet again. Bauer onto the field. Last touch, Hagen picks up and goes. Players on the back foot here for the Coast.
Oh, great touch.
Good touch. A little bit of a 2-on-1, decided to hold on to it.
Kira Crocker probably needed to make that touch there. And I think we spoke about it the first time that I was on the commentary with you in Southern Storm in the box. Rani Hagen ran a muck. So once again, dangerous out of half.
He's reaching to pick that one up. On the back foot as the changes come onto the field here for the Coast. And again, just that connection when those changes come on. It is a really tricky element to try and do when you're trying to get on at pace and all of a sudden there's a ball in your face and you've got to try and reel it in.
And tough for the wingers Obviously, they do I don't rap them enough, but they do a tough job. They've got people coming on and off the field, so probably just a little bit more communication needed from Gold Coast.
Oh, there we go again. Same play, and again, it's really coming up trumps, so they've definitely come with the game plan tonight. The Southern Storm, and that was just hit at pace and just bang down on the line.
This time, LA Tanamu just goes a little bit short-sided, straight direct at the line, as you said. Very tough to defend.
Have another look at the replay. Straight through, up by 2 now, the Southern Storm.
And while these two sides are both probably the youngest two sides in the competition, Southern Storm very smart. I no doubt they'll go to that same play over and over again.
The Coast now, Fish plays it. A little bit of a juggle and a bobble off the chest, Takarite. Receives it back, plays it now on last. Half run and touch is made on the last. We'll go back to the Southern Storm. The Storm get back underway in the first touch. Ooh, little Bob did a good job. Didn't have eyes on the ball. Was still looking at the defence end when she was juggling it. Emma Holden.
That was special, as you said, not looking at the ball. One eye on who she's passing the ball to next time and just grabs it on the shoulder.
Emily Ward, early ball. Muir plays it. Ward in from half, picks up, goes, gets on the way, has outstretched. Got the pass away before the touch was made. The cover defence there coming across from the Gold Coast, so good scramble. Emily Ward, though, dangerous from half, starting to work her way into the match.
And this is where Gold Coast need to be a little bit better. Just coming out of their end, just finished the set, and as we say that, another error for them and Southern Storm. No doubt are going to go to this same play down on the 7-metre line.
So the penalty does go to the Southern Storm. They made an interchange infringement at the same time as well, so too many players on the field. Definitely an area they'll be looking to tidy up. We've seen them a couple of times turn the ball over when they've been trying to make changes.
Here we go again, Felicity Archer this time.
Oof.
Better defended.
Yeah. Obviously starting to clue on with that attacking move that the Storm are running.
Yeah, much better defended. They defended that really well. They pull corner, the other middles just step up and take the space away. And that's what Gold Coast are going to have to do. Make this a passing game rather than a dive at the line. And right now, as well as they probably haven't rucked, they're only 2-0 down. So they're definitely in this game. And much better drive on that one. Just slows down a little bit.
And Flat coming in to the last touch. So yet again, the Storm starting their set just on their side of the field, but on touch one, they roll over the halfway line and they're going to be attacking the Gold Coast yet again.
They're going to have plenty of touches too, Scotty.
As Holden dishes, Chadburn will play it. Pick up and go early from half, just a looping ball over the top, comes off the fingertips, end up running into Gold Coast defence there. It wasn't the right play.
Yeah, that's what you want if you're Gold Coast. So as I just mentioned, you want to make this a passing game, and they've got another error. I'm sure they're not going to be happy with that, Gold Coast. Coach Mark Tipple, something that I'm sure he will address come half time.
Another full set of 6 here for the Storm, attacking the Gold Coast line. Chadburn in the half, they step out, look to attack down the short side. Gold Coast players retrieving. The touch is made, they did get back to the line. Worthwhile having a little short side play early in the touch count.
Yeah, definitely. A great little play from Chloe Nicola. They've just changed it up a little bit as we'll see an out ball now, no doubt.
There's an out ball there, Chadburn just coming against the grain. It's Emma Holden off the left foot, coming back towards the midfield. It is last though for the Storm now. As they run the switch, little outplay as well off the back end of it, and putting the ball through the hands. They're going to run out of real estate originally. Not a bad option though on a 5th play, just to put the ball through their hands and ask a few questions.
Play a bit of footy, I like to see it.
Gold Coast, they just want to finish a full set of 6 and try to get down the other end.
For me, Gold Coast have made really good meters off 2 touches now. They just have to go forward and complete the set down the other end. Wrestle back a little bit of that field position that Southern Storm have won so far.
Harry Penny now puts the ball through the hands. Robinson will play it. Last touch, Cole in the half, stutter step, looping over the top. And it's been interesting from the Coast. I think it was their first set of 6. They just went direct with their rucking, and they have not gone back to the well since that point.
Much better set though. It's tough to, you don't want to give Southern Storm chances around that 7 metre line, and this set they're probably just going to finish just over the 10 and once again make it a passing game. So, great release.
Good touch. It's been a better defensive set here from the Coast. They've forced the Storm to have to put the ball through their hands, but they're still happy to do that, and they're doing it on last as well. I'm just looking, is that taking a deflection off one of the Gold Coast players? If it has, that's extremely unlucky.
Very unlucky. I think she's just reaching out to make a touch, but nonetheless, hands are in the passing lane, makes connection, and now Southern Storm around that 7.
Hagen again, directing traffic, steps out. They play through the middle yet again. Now early release out to the wing. Nice slight defence from the Coast. There's 1,000 variations off this play. How many more have they got up their sleeve? They're running them all tonight. This time they come back to the right-hand side of the field. Hagen just skips on the outside, one-on-one battle. Does she get out? Yes, she does, and puts it down. That's a little bit of individual brilliance there from Rani Hagen. What a finish.
Little skip. Nice out ball. Gets on the outside of her defender. And does a really good job there with the ball down. But as you said, many variations off that little play that they like to go to. And this time they find the middle and throw an out ball. So not afraid to throw the footy around as well as go direct at the line. So it's good to see from Southern Storm.
Valila now back out onto the park. Tegan Haig working with her in the midfield. So look to set up. Haig from half, early ball for Lila. They come up and put pressure on her. And they've definitely done homework. As soon as she's getting the balls in her hand, there's just someone from the Southern Storm coming up and sniping and taking her time away.
Yeah, tough to do there for those watching at home. What Felicity Archer did was Valila likes to run a little open side quickie, and Felicity Archer just shot straight out of the line, took all time and space away and made her throw a little 50-50 pass. So up to the task here, both on offense and defense. Southern Storm, Emma Holding, short ball.
Yeah, Meg Muir running a nice little support line there. That's her first try of the match. So we have a look at the replay. This work just stepping out from half. Couldn't quite get over there in time, just a little bit loose in the midfield.
And the benefits of just rucking straight down the middle, Scotty. They choose not to go to their subset that time, ruck down the field, get a good strike dump at the back. And Captain Meg Muir won't score an easier try than that this season.
It's Haig again, flat-footed here, the Gold Coast. Look to just take their time to get a little bit of shape coming into the last touch as a sweeper around the back. Early ball. They come back towards the midfield, and the touch is made there on Paige Turner-Rowell. Ball back in possession here to the Storm.
So again, looks like they're going to stay and ruck nice and direct. Oh no, stand corrected. They all come to the box now.
Chadburn switches. Russell coming onto the field. The changes flowing on now. Bauer will play it. Got the numbers out here on the right-hand side. Good scramble defence from the Coast, though. They did a good job to create the little 2-on-1 down the right-hand edge.
Great hands and well up to the task, as you said.
So the Coast now with Haig, just putting the foot down, looping the ball back out on that right-hand side. The changes will come on. A little bit of a better transition this time. Nice ball from half. Zahi Penny receives the ball back. Just going laterally at the moment. Valila tries to get him going forward. It's the last touch now. And a touch will be made as well.
It's obviously tough right now for Gold Coast, probably not winning the field position battle, but I'd like to see them just get a better strike dump. A lot of it looks like they want to check the ball around and say, you go down for me, or don't really know what the obviously communication is, but I'd like to see someone just put their head down and drive straight through.
Nicola just running across field, almost gets away as we see
Oh.
Gold Coast player go down the hill and take a spectator out on the way. Poor old mate, he's not even watching this game, he's watching the other one, and then all of a sudden he was down.
Another out ball.
Oh, Muir just coming off the right foot. And again, those wet conditions, really hard to defend when you're sliding out. All of a sudden you get whacked with the right foot.
Yeah, and as you can see, they go to the same play that they scored off before, out ball. Meg Muir doesn't even really have to step off the right foot. It's just a little, couple of little steps and dive straight over for a second of the game.
Yeah, but it was the ball from half as well, getting Muir on the out. So running onto it nicely. And a really handy margin now for the Storm, up by 5. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. The Coast, they'll be hoping to try and get one on the board before the halftime break. For Leela, should probably be the one that's more than likely gets into the in-goal area. Oh, found
unlucky.
support there as well, but the slippery ball through the hands.
But much better. We see them drive straight in between both Southern Storm middles, and Valila just takes her opportunity, goes through from half.
Here we
They're going to
go.
get another one right here.
Yeah, Tegan Hay, good defensive pressure, just coming up and forcing them to pass. And again, that's probably what you want to do defensively when it is wet, it's slippery. Make them throw the football around. We know the Storm are going to do it. They're that confident that they'll still throw it around. But that was good work from Tegan Hay.
And good first crack at the line there. Just runs a little quickie play and diving at the line. We're going to get Mooney Stack coming onto the field now as well.
As Isdale plays it, here's Mooney Stack, tries to get away,
Gets
gets
through.
into the in-goal area, loops it over the top, and they get their first points, and beautifully set up as well. But it comes back to that defensive play, like we said, without Tegan Hay going up and getting the footy, they don't come up with the points. But that is a classy finish from the Coast.
A little bit more energy and effort from Gold Coast, and that's where Mooney Stack just flies onto the field, comes off the right foot, sums it up nicely. And they get their first one of the game.
Yeah, try scored by the number 35, Akira Crocker. 5-1 on the scoreboard. And Storm, with 40 seconds left on the clock in the first. Looking to claw one back to go into the halftime break. As Hagan offloads. Russell shows it inside, goes outside. They're going to point to the spot. And after scoring down the other end, the Gold Coast, they couldn't quite hold out before the halftime break.
Does this nicely. Jenna Rousel straightens up, comes off the right foot, catches the winger just a little bit too far. And we get a try out there for Emily Coyne. Diving onto the ball.
And the Hooter sounds in the background. Both teams will make their way over to their interchange areas. It's all Southern Storm so far in the first half. Pretty impressive for them. They're up by 5, Daddy.
Really impressive for Southern Storm, doing all the right things, having variations off everything that they've scored off so far, and probably a little bit of work to do for Gold Coast in this second half. So it's going to be an exciting one, Scotty.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with the second half action of the Women's Premier Division. Southern Storm up 6-1 over the Gold Coast.
A little bit more communication needed from Gold Coast.
Oh,
There we go again.
Same play, and again,
People coming on and off the field, so probably just a little bit more communication needed from Gold Coast.
oh,
There we go again.
Same play, and again, play. How many more have they got up their sleeve? They're running them all tonight. This time they come back to the right-hand side of the field. Hagen just skips on the outside, one-on-one battle. Play. How many more have they got up their sleeve? They're running them all tonight. This time they come back to the right-hand side of the field. Hagen just skips on the outside, one-on-one battle.
Up to the task here, both on offense and defense. Southern Storm, Emma Holding, short ball.
Poor old mate, he's not even watching this game. He's
No,
watching the other one, and then all of a sudden he was down.
Another out ball.
Oh, Muir just coming off the... As Isdale plays it, here's Mooney Stack, tries to get away, gets into the in-goal area, loops it over the top, and they get their first points, and beautiful. Going to the halftime break. There's Hagen. Offloads. Russell shows it inside, goes outside. They're going to point. Welcome back to Whites Hill. The second half not too far from getting underway in the Women's Premier Division. Southern Storm in control of this one, 6-1 over the Gold Coast. You can see the Gold Coast box over there at the moment. Mark Tipple obviously giving you a few instructions. What do you think the main things will be? Data we saw, they made a couple of mistakes when they were trying to make interchanges. Again, not too many times where they just went direct through the middle. Just a couple of little things will be able to get them back on the front foot.
A few different things. I'm sure Mark Tipples is exactly that, talking about mainly just the discipline, doing all the little things right. We saw in the first set of the game, they went through the middle and they looked really good. And the try they scored, they went really direct and got Mooney Stack out of half. So I'd like to see them fix that up, fix their little rucking errors up, make sure that they go nice and strong and get a clean dump right at the end coming into last touch. I think if they do that, they'll create some dramas for Southern Storm, but Southern Storm so far have been clinical.
Yeah, and on the flip side, just more of the same from the Storm. They've managed to hold onto the ball. They haven't had too many errors coming out of their end of the field. We've seen the variations of pretty much just one particular play that they've run.
Yep.
They just keep going back to the well. It's been working for them so far.
Exactly the same from Southern Storm. I think for them, the only thing really you fix is maybe put a little bit more pressure on and make it even harder for Gold Coast to get out of their end. That's worked for them so far, and I think if they do that, they get a million cracks on the 7-metre line. So exactly the same if you're Southern Storm.
Coming up after the Women's Premier action, we'll be reverting our attention to the men's. You will see the Southern Storm coming back up out here on the main field. It will be the men's team, coached by Chris Loth, taking on the UQ Rebels, both coming off wins. Probably one you don't want to talk about, being part of the Country Club Colts. Southern Storm came home in a wet sail, as did the UQ Rebels, knocking off the ladder-leading Gold Coast last week. Yeah,
both come home. I think both had 5-0 second halves, if I'm correct. And both did all the right things last week. Southern Storm thoroughly deserved their win, as much as that pains me to say, like you said. But that's going to be an exciting game. Once you give Southern Storm a little bit of confidence, they're a team that can knock you off. And Rebels coming off that big win over Gold Coast to put them right back in contention for that top spot. So they're going to want to consolidate that.
Yeah, so a huge match coming up on KO Sports after the Women's Premier. Make sure you stay around for that one, but we will head back to the Women's. Gold Coast needing a big second half. Maybe looking to try and score first. And give them a little bit of momentum going into the second 20. As Hope Penny plays it. Galila got him cooked and will dive at the line. There's a touch claim, and it is a
Charlotte Vandermeer as the winger, just popping those long arms out, and that looked much better from Gold Coast. Valila just dangerous, looking like she wanted to run a little ML play and hits an out ball last minute. And a good start to the ruck defence as well if your Gold Coast have stopped Southern Storm. And we'll get a good stop here right before halfway.
Bell puts it through the hands. Yeah, nice work. They're up and about, we can hear. We're on the far side from the Gold Coast box, but there was a lot of chat coming from them. They're definitely trying to come out in the second half as we see a little bit of pressure now as they put the ball through the hands again, flat-footed.
Much better. Good drive as well. And as you said, you can hear Coach Mark Tipple, and I think Premier player Kingston Lamberg over in the sub box as well. Valila out of half.
And just couldn't connect up there with Shatali Mooney-Stack on the last play. Definitely more running about the Gold Coast to start the second half. Can they keep up this intensity?
Yeah, definitely can't slow down if you're Gold Coast. That's what's going to get you back into this game.
And again, flat-footed, Muir just having a hold up there. Play the ball back on the mark. There's a little bit of space out here on the left. Ooh, so thread it through just. Gives them an opportunity to come back midfield with Rousel.
Now they can
Hagan
get
just from
running
half.
out of half.
Here she goes, picks up off the left foot, threads it back through the middle. Nice work though from the coast.
Yeah, well defended again. Like I mentioned in the first half, try and make it a passing game. That's while I give her a lot of stick sometimes, it's probably not the best part of her game. She's so dangerous running, and while she does have a pass, I hate to say that once again, Scotty, you know, that's in these conditions is what you want to get them to. And Gold Coast I've been impressed with coming out of this second half already. Gets an offside call. No, just 6 to go. Sorry, change over, 6 touch.
Yeah, but a different variation this time around, and like we said, it was something that they must have spoken about at the halftime break. This time just rucking down the Storm side of the field, gave them the opportunity to get the fresh changes on, and when they did come on, they flowed onto the ball nicely.
Yep.
So changes noticed here from the Gold Coast, and it's the Storm this time around. Again, their changes are a little bit clinical and good contact coming in there. It's an impressive start.
Yeah, really impressive start. That's probably the other part that's been good out of Gold Coast is they are getting a little bit more physical in their touches. So they're not going to give Storm exactly what they want and make it easy for them.
Now they just need to roll one forward, and they do. Isdale goes forward, goes across field. They're getting themselves in a good position here to be able to attack coming into the back end of the set as they go the roots. Oh, almost picked off.
We're going to get another set. I like that setup out of Hahi Penny. They go to a little rooster play, tries to catch the link up in the passing lane. I would be careful with that. Kylie Nicola in the women's game, probably one of the best at that passing lane play. And now they get Valila on.
The danger player for the Gold Coast. Oh, just off the fingertips there. They can't capitalise. Storm again, mistake here. Ooh, the contact, yeah. A little bit of extra body work there, Kira Crocker, who scored the try for the Gold Coast in the first half. Unlucky on that occasion, giving away the penalty. It's a Storm now. Well, here we go, another mistake. I don't think they've completed a set to start the second half.
No, and if they have, it's been just over halfway. So Gold Coast doing all the right things. Still have to go forward here though. One thing Storm won't let you do is just get to the 7 metre line at ease. So have to earn the right to get to the 7 and get Valila around that sweeping mark that she wanted before.
Isdale with the football, plays it, steps out, and come back into the midfield. Penny and Valila will link up. Valila steps out, gets it, left foot, and there's just defenders all around her as soon as she gets the football. So what do you think she needs to do? I was just going to touch on, they obviously know she's a strike player. When she gets the football, she almost needs to, let's look to sacrifice early release and try to take numbers if she's getting pressure coming up on it.
Yeah, I think so. Both times that she's gone to that little quickie play, they've had a link actually strike her. So there's a couple of things that I think she can do is, one, just split forward and the half throw and out ball to the link. You might catch them that way, or like you said, just an early release. But that's a great little pop-out play from Southern Storm. And while they have had no field position in this second half, earn the right there with a little pop out, fly on as middles.
As we see them only just rolling over the halfway line, but it was the changes that come on. Chadburn pop out there, like you called it, and they just created the numbers. Vandermeer streaking down the sideline, finish in the corner as well. So they needed that, the Storm, as we mentioned, a little bit flat coming out of the halftime break. Gets their first try for the second half.
And there was a little bit more patience from Southern Storm. They weren't too frantic running onto the field. They took their time. Great little sweeper. Mooney-Stack, short ball. back on the conversation, Scotty, I think the other thing that Valila can do is change it to a sweeper. It's really hard for a link to actually come in and strike that. You see a bit more timing, a bit more space. I think if she does that, she has a little bit more success and can have a crack at the line like she wants to do. So,
looking to attack down the left-hand side of the field this time, creating the numbers, just the final pass. Not being able to be thrown in time, touch and pass penalty was the call.
better drive here from Gold Coast.
As they put it through the hands, over the halfway line they go. Haig, she's had a good game. She's probably been the best for the Gold Coast.
Yeah. And it's more been the effort, hasn't it? Like, her energy's right, and Valila flying on now.
Touch made on the last. As the Storm go and retrieve the ball, just gives both teams a little quick breather. As we see the Southern Storm put the ball through the hands. And roll down this right-hand side of the field as Muir puts it through to Bauer. Switching play as the changes come onto the field. Holden flows around the back. They're going to get a penalty here, the Southern Storm. Tap and restart on the halfway line. It's Vandermeer, the try scorer for the Storm. Come back now towards the midfield. Holden steps back in. Hagan in the half. Early release. Holden picks it, runs, has a little dive at the line. Nice cover defence on the inside. Making the touch. A couple to go here for the Storm. It's Holden again. Takes her time. The defence comes up, makes the touch. Last one. Hagan picks up, goes, slices straight through the Gold Coast defence into the in-goal area. No one there to link up with. Good work there from Kylie. Harley Penny coming across, never giving up. She got beaten on the first instance.
Yeah.
That shows good experience and good awareness there. Didn't give up on the play, went and shut it down in the corner.
And once again, a little bit of patience, both wing and link for Gold Coast. Just, as we say, netball defensed up and let Kylie Penny just chase down Rani Hagan into a corner with nowhere to go. So really good defence the last couple of sets from Gold Coast. Actually, this whole second half, besides that one try, has been impressive from Gold Coast from where the first half was. So Haig out of the box again.
Nice work. Now they're putting the ball through the hands. Got to get it down here, and they do. Last touch, Haig offloads. Come back in towards the midfield, and the touch is made. Still playing positively here in the second half, the Coast. A bit more direct on touch 1 and 2, but they'll head over towards the box now as the changes come on.
Much better set so far from Southern Storm. They're going to get that little pop out again.
And they continue to put it through the hands, but now come towards the midfield. Good ball work here. Oh, Tanamu, tough one to take, up and around the shoulder.
That looked good though, didn't it, Scotty?
Oh, yeah.
Once again, we spoke about it. They're happy to throw the footy around and created numbers back on this side, closest to the screen.
But smart footy as well, they went that pop-out play, and some teams can kind of get flat-footed after that. They're like, well, it didn't work, they make the touch, but they shifted it straight back in towards the middle and put the ball through their hands again. So, smart footy from the Storm. And they get the ball back here as well, and they'll be attacking the Gold Coast line, looking for their second try in the second half.
And back to the well, Tanamu, but once again, defended well from Gold Coast.
Chadburn dishes to Bauer, plays it.
Outball.
Yeah, nice outball as well on the back foot. Namu, just get on the outside, outstretched arms, and the touch is made. And it will be fifth touch. Michaela Isdell doing a good job, had to get the skates on. Outstretched arms to make it as the Storm go and retrieve the football. One touch to make for them. They finish it in the corner, or they chance their hand off the right foot. Chadburn almost creating the numbers there. Vandermeer will take the touch and return the ball back to the Gold Coast. And they come down the Storm side of the field again. And a little mistake in the roll ball.
Yeah,
Full
tough,
pass.
tough for Gold Coast. I like the idea. They ruck up the sideline, get some subs up on the far side. Just throw a little error in there. And they give Southern Storm again some good field position once again.
Inside they go, touch made by Takarai on Emma Holden. Set nice and deep out here on the left-hand side, the Storm. So put the ball through the hands. Ward plays it. Again, they split through the middle. Muir just holds it herself now, puts the ball in two hands and has a dive at the line and whisk her away. A couple of groans from the Storm bench.
Yeah, but Meg not blowing up at all. So I'm guessing Mooney Stack made that touch pretty comfortably, but Emily Ward nearly gets around the link.
And Takarai again making a big touch, been heavily involved in that set. Getting a couple of big touches as the Coast now chancing their hand.
Look, for 13 minutes of this half, they've been excellent through their ruck set, and they need to get back to that. They've been defending their line pretty well.
Storm will just be looking to make the Gold Coast pay after that error, but they're looking a little bit flat, but they've got touches up their hand as Holden puts it through as a dummy. Picks up a couple of extra metres. We'll come back to the mark now and played on the 7. Still touches to come for the Storm. Hagan pops out, throws an early ball left to right, a little bit of space out there on the right-hand side of the field. Oscar Carroll, though, getting across in defence. Now let's see how the Coast come up with out of their end. Good contact. And they get the penalty. And it's just got to make the point of like how important touch one is. It just completely sets you up for the whole rest of the set, doesn't it?
100%. And towards the start of this half, Gold Coast have won that battle. They've been really straight and direct. Haven't always wanted to go to the sub box, and it's probably worked for them this half. So they get a good chance here. Valila out of half. Hagan with the touch.
There's a Storm now. Ooh, just squeezing that one through. Muir, nice diving defence as well. Not much room to work with. Good touch there. Akira Crocker comes up and makes another one. Forces the mistake. No, doesn't mind a bit of contact. That's the second time we've seen it just fractionally over. There's not much in it.
Not much in it at all. She's been really strong, Akira, on the wing here. I think she's had a pretty good game for Gold Coast. Got obviously the try that they scored. Get another offside.
So full set of 6.
So I'm guessing we might see this play come into play again, Scotty.
Yeah, more than likely. Let's see if they go with another variation off it. They look to set up.
No, they want to go to a length sweeper by the look of it, but just getting a little bit confused at this stage.
Bauer plays it, steps in, tries to dive in between the two middle defenders. And I think the on-field referee, Lockie Freshwater, there's a lot of pointing, there's a lot of pointing. Are you going to point to the spot, young man? No, I don't think he is.
I don't know what was going on there, but
looked like he was in glitch mode there.
Yeah.
The arm
might have been
going
a new
out.
dance movie showing us tonight, Scotty.
Oh,
So
mate, pretty impressive. As the looping ball out here. Again, nice defence. Carroll, Akira Crocker, I should say. Not in any danger. Oh,
no.
bobble, bobble, bobble. Tried to reel it in a couple of times. Puts the arm up. Tough one to take.
feel for that. Kylie Hahi-Penny's been probably one of the best on that first touch, like you spoke about before. So.
And they try splitting through the middle again. Nice compressive defence though from the Coast. So under 5 to go. Just over the 4. Open play here is Chadburn forced to retrieve. A little early wrap around and
Rousel
diving at the line. Nice play there from the Storm. Picks up their second for the second half. Increases that margin now. 8 tries to 1 over the Coast.
And really good experience there from Jenna Rousel. Just calls out nice and late. Just little rooster play. We see her go nice and direct at the line. As we've spoke about, it's the slippery conditions. You want to go direct, and that she does. Takes it out to an 8-1 lead.
Trying to pick up, there was a little bit of a conversation there with Lockie Freshwater. He was
think that comes back to a little bit of the pointing dance move that he was doing. But
it sounded like he was trying to explain that the ball might have split or flicked out.
Yeah.
Early, short of the line, so a touch must have been made. Hence all the pointing and whatnot. So all cleared up here on the sidelines.
It's all good in the end. Southern Storm obviously score through Jenna Rousel, so
Wood plays it a bit more direct, all flat from half. As Holden plays it. Muir.
Good drive from Muir.
Yeah, more direct, right on the front foot. Sets him up nicely. Muir skips across field, switches in. Holden loops over to the top and cannot connect on the final play. So the ball will go back to the coast. So, Duddy, who's your call? Next game coming up, Storm and Rebels. Put them all on the line here. What do you think?
Oh, look, I can't go past Uni Rebels. Obviously, knocking off Gold Coast, that's a massive win for them, and they're going to be up for it. But I believe could be missing Lockie Pearce, who was instrumental in that win last week. So, on the other hand, you've got James Price and Adam Russell, who were excellent last week. But I think for me, I'm going to say Uni Rebels in a tight one.
Could be without their coach as well. I was talking to their manager, Tyron Bruce. Oh, he would call himself an assistant coach.
He would. He'd call himself the head coach, Tyron Bruce.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Jason Boyd was landing at Brisbane Airport at 7:10. If all things going well, he'll be coming straight to the field, so we'll keep one eye on that. Celebrating their Indigenous round, and they'll be wearing Indigenous jerseys tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit later. As Hagan gets into the in-goal area, connects up nicely. Has a touch been made? Yes, there has. So again, back towards the back end of this game, they're down by a significant margin. You wouldn't be too disappointed if they just let that one roll through. But the coach, on the other hand, would be very happy that they're playing right to the final whistle.
100%. I've been really impressed with that. Like, especially cold, kind of wet night. Like you said, it's easy to kind of just let those ones go through when you're down by as much as they are. But the energy and the effort they've had in this second half, it can't be questioned. And Mooney Stack nearly slices through again. Another light little star for Gold Coast that's had a pretty good game. So you can definitely take a few things out of this if you're Gold Coast, especially the second half. I think if they play like that the whole way through, this is a lot closer than it is right now. So
Hagan from half. Rousel puts the ball through the hands again. Oh, a little bit of space out here,
Holden.
putting the gas down.
Oh, sorry, Campbell. I think I mixed that up last time I was on the commentary as well.
Last touch coming for the Storm. Oh, nicely done. Oh, has it been held on to? Plonked right in front of Lockie Freshwater. They point to the spot. That was a really good set there from the Storm.
Yeah, that came from direct running. As you see, they just fly out of the box. Bauer gets a good drive for Ward. And sums it up nicely. Ward goes nice and straight. Great little short ball right on the hooter.
Yeah, the siren does sound. Southern Storm far too good for the Gold Coast tonight. Final score 9-1. Much better in the second half. Numbers there to be able to shut it down.
Yeah, they did. We spoke about, obviously, at the start, the big in for Southern Storm. Both Russell boys, Corey and Brad. Obviously, Adam's been a mainstay in the side so far. But on the other hand, for Uni Rebels, you've got Andrew Searle back, who picked up an injury in the State of Origin. So this is going to be a red-hot game.
Rolf plays it. Prendergast picks up, loops out the back. They try to bat over the top. Can't connect up there. Dan O'Brien in the 21 for the Storm. Cridlin on touch one. The changes will come onto the park here for the Rebels. As Bell has to come back to the mark.
Oh, and up fast, Southern Storm. They're right up for this game.
Look at this. Oh, there goes the out ball, receives it back, comes off the chest. So again, slippery conditions. Ball control is going to be super important from both teams. Might be a pivotal factor in the match. Whoever can control the footy might go a long way to be able to claim in the victory tonight. As Price skips away, Bradley Russell has to get on the skates to get into half. Here he is, ball in hand. Will get himself in a half. Picks up, comes off the right foot, plays short. There's Adam, brother Adam, looking to try and connect up. A touch is made. And the Rebels will have to come out of their end. See how they start their set as they go away from their sub box on touch one. Again,
another
that's
ball down.
2 from 2. Tough one to take. You can't really blame young Hegedus for that one. But he's having an unlucky night with the hands so far to start the match.
Yeah, I might have put the mockery on him saying he's been the best in the competition so far.
Price!
There you go, James Hegedus with a great touch.
He's made up for it in defence,
And,
no
and
doubt.
as we spoke about it, Coach Jason Boyd rolls in, superstar treatment. I think he got the reserve park right on field 1, so
Pride plays it. Adam Russell, Bradley links, tries to loop it over the top. Did come off a UQ player, and it will be another set of 6 to the Southern Storm.
and now you get all 3. The Russell boys all flowing on the field together. Actually, I'll stand corrected. I think Brad might have just run off.
As Adam takes the line on, puts it to the hand. Adam Pride, the skipper of the Storm. Nice work there from Adam. Looks a little bit ginger, running back to the line as he offloads it back in towards the midfield. Richards plays it, pops out, gets it back. Can't skip on the outside.
And good look if you're Southern Storm, obviously, just keeping the Uni Rebel links honest. Corey Russell out of half now, 2-step. Another great touch. So the defence has stood up from both sides so far to start this match.
Bell on 1, Courtney from half. Storm, again, putting defensive pressure on. Notley back out onto the park now, skips away from Corey
Notley.
Russell, gets him on the front foot nicely. Cridlin has to jump up to take the ball. Takes his time now, looks to set up, coming into the last. Priddle dances, they play it. Moore over the top, and Russell there. Might have just copped a little knock. Both referees hold things up. We're just checking to make sure Corey's in a position to play it. Might have just been foot on foot, potentially right on the ankle, because it didn't look like there was too much doing at the time.
Hopefully for Corey, it's not that same ankle and it's maybe just a little sting at the start, but it doesn't look great for him.
Straight off the back he goes. As a replacement plate comes on, nice work. Jared Thompson off the fingertips, manages to hold on to it, but the second time around, Ryan Ward from half. Loose ball.
I've liked the energy so far from Prendergast. But this is a great opportunity for Uni Rebels. Notley out on the sweep.
Takes him on as well. Tries to get on the outside of Prendergast. It's so dangerous, but again, just straightened up for that short fraction, then kicks out away again.
And he's so fast doing it too, Notley, obviously. Has speed to burn.
Cridlin from half, early ball, Notley off the right foot, looping over the top, bat back in there. It might have been on, but good body positioning though, just really taking the space, getting all up.
Yeah, Nathan Cook, obviously one good defender out on the wing for Southern Storm, so does a really good job, sums it up nicely.
Good show there from Richards, takes it, as Rolf offloads. Brad Russell plays it, Price in the half, scoops it with the left hand, looking for offside players. Not going to get it on this occasion, referee Matty Lavery, and assisted by Campbell Muir and Brett Freshwater tonight. Changes here for the Rebels. Bell will play it as Bauer flows onto the field. Nice little offload to Hegedus. Shows it back into Bauer, who receives the ball back now, coming in towards the back end. Last touch here as Hegedus goes short. Quite the contest between these two teams. Not much margin between them at the moment. It's a real battle in the midfield.
And while we've spoken about the conditions all night, this is fast from both sides, and both sides up to it.
They rattled this set though, the Storm. Early touches as Ward tries to take it forward, steady them up.
And Rebels just flowing in numbers. O'Brien out of half. And straight on the ball, Andrew Searle.
And so they'll be happy with that set. The Rebels, probably the best field position that they've had to start a set in the first half. Courtney looking for someone, please. Had his back turned, almost sniped from Ryan Ward there. Lucky to get away with it. Casual as you like. James Courtney, never in doubt. Coming in towards the back end of the set now, the Rebels with Priddle. Plays it, last touch, early ball, release, Courtney slips in, tries to get a ball away, doesn't get it away in time. Down on the deck here, James Courtney. Is he clutching out here? Doesn't look too good.
Didn't, and Southern Storm player just tried to hold him up at the last minute. Looked like maybe a little bit of a knee.
It'll be knee on knee. Hopefully it's nothing more than a cork or a little bit of strife. James Courtney, one of their pivotal players out here on the right-hand side of the field. We'll keep an eye on him. See if he makes his way back out onto the field.
And a massive defensive part for Uni Rebels. So hopefully for his sake, it is just a bit of a cork, but still looks to be in a fair bit of pain.
Searle does a good job, offloads. Foxcroft plays it. Nice work there from the Rebels. As Moore skips away from Bradley Russell. Coming in to the last touch, Bauer plays it. Last it is, Cridland, numbers out here for the Rebels. Just couldn't get the ball through the hands. Storm just take their time here, just have a quick breather, and I think they needed it as well. They get the penalty, much deserved penalty as well. It just helped to get them out of trouble. Good strong contact on one, on Price. It's Cook into half. It's up with Prendergast and put it through the hands to Dave Richards. Over the halfway line they go. Yeah. Setting up the back end of their set nicely here with Rolf. Russell in the half, picks it up with the left, loops it over the top. Oh, geez, that's a big take.
So little Riley Madden out there, not so little. He actually, I get the pleasure of playing for him at an NTL level. Notley, oh,
shirt call.
As I was saying, and we actually call him Stretch. There's a story that I can't probably say on here, but old Stretch, he was out there grabbing that ball.
Good to see James Courtney has made his way back out onto the field. He is very ginger still, propping on that knee. He's out there on the left-hand side. They're coming his way at the moment. As we see Dave Richards getting up in the line, getting hands on the football, full set of 6. And this is a big opportunity here for the Rebels.
Massive opportunity. This is James Hegedus' time, all about it. Slippery line.
Oh, plays down on the deck. Yeah, and they look to capitalise. That's good cover defence. Adam Pride, the experience. Coming in, Adam Russell on skates. Came in and supported his middle defender. Eddie plays it now. Searle sweeps. Higgins goes away from him. Gives it back to Eddie. Good defence. Richards.
Asking a lot of questions at the moment.
Higgins holds it. Searle plays out of action here. Searle goes into the in-goal area. Looping ball over the top. And it is Courtney having to stretch out. Probably the last thing he wants to do at the moment.
It is. Looks like he's running a little bit better. So hopefully, as we spoke about, might just be a cork that he's got to run out. And it's the type of player that stays on big minutes. So hopefully he doesn't get the opportunity to get cold.
Cook just having a scramble to get over to acting half on the first touch. There's made it 3 in a row. As Price just puts the foot down to try and get him forward. Foxcroft makes the touch. Ward plays it. Nice play the ball. Prendergast picks up, loops over the top, goes over the top of the head of Dan O'Brien. Happy with the defence. Hearn Tyron Bruce.
We'll call him the head coach.
Head coach for tonight. Really happy with the defensive effort there in the midfield from the Rebels. He's not wrong. Eddie plays it over the halfway line. Put the ball through the hands now. There's more. Dances elusive. Slip again. Nice work. Happy to throw the footy around. Priddle now. Just take his time to withdraw the defence. They play it last. Cridland sweeps around the back, has a dive at the line. Nice touch made, Ryan Ward.
So I think for both sides, obviously, Uni Rebels probably had the better of the field position so far and more cracks around that 7 metre line. They've gone to some great plays, little sweepers. I'd like to see them then start to change direction. That's where Southern Storm probably got us last week. Oh, ball down. Yeah, as I was saying, that's where Southern Storm got us last week with change of direction stuff. Little quarterbacks, variations off the sweepers. That's going to make it very difficult to defend around that line so quickly as well. So,
and Corey Russell, who was another player that we were keeping an eye out injury-wise, has made it back out. He's just made the touch there. And keep an eye and see how he travels here for the remainder of the first half as they try to flick one over the top. The battle continues. The scoreline still hasn't been troubled.
It hasn't. We spoke about it. It'll probably be.
Oh, Russell there.
Oh, Notley's got space.
Probably just caught in two minds there. He's shaped to come back out to his left-hand side, pumped it into Pride as we see Hegedus have a dive at the line. And just the worst timing, losing his footing, turns the ball over. He's still hobbling on that ankle. That probably didn't help in the situation as well. Big opportunity here for the Rebels. The mistake from the Storm. A bit flat-footed though as Notley sweeps. They go away from him. Hegedus plays it. Pride out of the line at the moment. They take their time. The Rebels, Bauer threads it back to Searle. That's good footy there from the Rebels. Really good work from Hegedus as well. It almost looked like he was going to overrun it. Just got it down on the deck, and the phase play that they ran off the back end of it was supreme.
Very tough play to do from Hegedus, and Liam Bauer sums it up nicely. Lynx obviously had to chase Hegedus very far and still retreating, and that's hard work for Adam Pride to get over. So really good play from Uni Rebels, sends them 1-0 up in this game.
It's taken about 14 minutes to get the opening points.
Normally you see floodgates after one comes though, so.
Ooh, off the fingertips, Price linking it back in field to Connor Rolfe. So the Rebels with Eddie on touch one, slow him up a little bit. Belt plays it. Courtney will follow the play in half. Dish again, just Priddle onto the field. Hegedus as well, who's influential. Here he goes, picks it up from half. Ooh, just probably looking for, probably needed to be the out ball, but it was almost like a ball thrown from a chopping line coming in.
Yeah, probably not actually what Hegedus would have wanted. We had a middle just split the wrong way and made it one-on-one with the defender for Hegedus picking up onside. So.
Again, looking a little out ball there. Thompson off the fingertips. Conditions still playing a factor here for both teams tonight. As mentioned, plenty of rain in Brisbane earlier on this morning. Cleared up this afternoon. Bauer plays it, last touch, Searle. Looping ball over the top, Courtney just flings one back into the midfield. It'll be a touch and pass penalty. Storm straight back onto it, and the pace of the game is continuing between these two teams. It's what you love to see. There's no quick stop for a breather while we get set.
And that's probably been the improvement. We spoke about Southern Storm getting their first win last week. That's been the improvement in their game, is that they're happy to just run the footy and get onto it straight away. Corey Russell out of half now.
And linking up with brother Bradley.
There's a big in, and I'm guessing we'll probably spend the rest of the season with the Southern Storm team now that his rugby league duties are finished. Yeah. Southern Storm going to get a really good opportunity.
Yeah, loose ball coming out of their end. Forward passes the call, but even if it did go backwards, there was no one there to take it.
Came out into the creek out here.
This is a big chance here for the Storm. Can they level up? Price, Brad Russell, Jinx. Ball through their hands. Just creating numbers out there on the right-hand side. Still touches in their back pocket for the Southern Storm. Price, linking back, they're losing ground. As they put the ball through their hands again. Price now steadies his ship, rolls forward. Brad Russell tries to slip in between two defenders. He's caught from acting half, which will see the ball go back to the Rebels, and they'll be looking for a cleaner set coming out of their end of the field this time around.
Looked a little bit scrambled in attack there from Southern Storm, and it was the pressure from Uni Rebels that caused it.
Bell plays it just over the halfway line. Bell, nice ball.
Great touch out of Russell. Just reads that perfectly. Experienced campaigner, Adam, and he's seen a lot of Hegedus, a lot of Bauer.
So back-to-back sets for the Rebels, but they're looking a little bit shaky here, the Storm themselves. Flat-footed.
Nowhere in two touches. Better drive there, Connor Rolfe.
Richards just picks it up,
Oh.
flicks it, and right call. They're almost fishing for that. You would know, you play at this level, that last touch is just flick it out, throw it at a defender and just hope
Nothing
they
else
stick a
is
hand
on,
out.
and you're hoping to catch him trying to make a last-minute touch. So
A little bit of a bobble off the hands, off the head. Manages to hold on to the ball. Priddle switches in. Cridlin will play it. Last touch here for the Rebels. Taking off gas. A little bit of space
so
out there
again.
as well. And Richards has made the touch. Nice early ball though, running at pace.
better set from Uni Rebels. Get a good drive for Ned Morecambe, who shows a lot of pace. But Southern Storm and Dave Richards in particular up to the task.
Better in the early couple of touches here for the Storm.
I'm liking my prediction so far, Scotty. We said we saw 11-8 last time. We see 1-0 at the moment so far. And great touch there from James Courtney. With just about 2 minutes to play in the half.
Courtney rolls forward. Notley over the halfway line. Moore comes back in midfield. Eddie links up, a little bit of a slip there from Bauer. Still manages to get away from one defender. Comes back in towards the midfield. Notley plays it. Receives it back. He's looking to set up. Notley holding. The Storm defence is doing the same. Last touch for them now. Looping ball, bit of space out there. Well, what happened? No, they're going to take it off them.
Might be a forward pass, but they just kick around. And one thing Uni Rebels are very good at is just keeping that ball in the middle, trailing out, dropping it back inside, and catching the defence dropping. So they get that there, but Notley just quite didn't get the pass right.
Ooh, looking at that little sneaky play that they're famous for down the right-hand side. Russell, it was Bradley who played it. Corey, he threw the pass and comes up with a mistake there in the play the ball.
Probably haven't seen it as much this year, but now that you've got all three in the side, they start to bring it back.
Lucky to get away with that.
Good hands
And
there
play the
from
ball.
Uni Rebels.
Yeah, putting the ball through the hands. It looked a little bit shaky in the play the ball from Jake Notley. The pleas coming from the Southern Storm. They don't get the rub of the green this time around. As the Rebels again putting the ball through the hands. Searle.
Jumps over top of him.
He just gets through. Looks one over the top. Wow, that's smart footy. Players down on the deck there from the Storm.
Unfortunate from Storm, but well held his feet in James Hegedus, just hurdles Russell and sums it up nicely.
Hooter sounds in the background. One last play here for the Southern Storm, trying to put the ball through the hands. Cridlin picks it up and starts heading towards the post. As we
One
see
hand,
the
one
replay
bounce.
of the last try. But what a really tight tussle between the two teams. Only the 2 tries separating them going into the halftime break. Took a long time to get opening points. You thought it might open up. They got another one, the UQ, but it's a small margin between the two at the moment.
Yeah, game built on rucking and defence for both sides, but if you're Uni Rebels, you're super happy with that. If you put last week and this week together, second half no tries let in, this half no tries let in, so they're in front in this game, and Southern Storm are going to have to fix up some little errors in defence, and they can easily get themselves back in this one.
Well, both teams came home with a wet sail last round, putting on pretty impressive performances in the second half. Which one will do the same this time around to take the win? We'll take a quick break. At the halftime break, it is the UQ Rebels 2 over Southern Storm 0.
When
probably just caught in two minds there. He shaped to come back out to his left-hand side, pumped it into Pride as we see Hegedus have a dive at the line. Away from him, Hegedus plays it. Pride out of the line at the moment. They take their time. The Rebels, Bauer threads it back to Searle. Hegedus plays it. Pride out of the line at the moment. They take their time. The Rebels, Bauer threads it back to Searle. That's Hegedus plays it. Pride out of the line at the moment. They take their time. The Rebels, Bauer threads it back to Searle. Well, he gets set.
And that's probably been the improvement. We spoke about Southern Storm hoping to catch him, trying to make a last-minute touch. So
time around. As the Rebels again putting the ball through the hands. Searle.
Jumps over top of him.
Hegedus gets through. Looks one over the top. Well, as the Rebels again putting the ball through the hands. Searle.
Jumps over top of him.
Hegedus gets through. Looks one over the top. Well, that's smart. As the Rebels again putting the ball through the hands. Searle.
Jumps over top of him.
Hegedus gets through. Looks one over the top. Well, that's smart footy. Welcome back to Metro Cup action here at Whites Hill. A tight contest here in the Men's Premier. It is the UQ Rebels with the lead at the moment, up by 2 at the halftime break. You can see the UQ Rebels on screen. Coach Jason Boyd, who has made it he came through in the first half, giving the final instructions to the boys. Really tight between the two teams. Only the 2 tries separated them, but you'd have to say for the better part of it, UQ Rebels definitely looking the better of the 2 teams in the first.
Yeah, they do. They look really solid defensively. They're probably getting through their rough set just a little bit better. Both sides not doing too much wrong so far, but the energy is probably just leaning towards Uni Rebels at the moment. But Southern Storm get a great chance to tap off this second half. And if they can get one straight away, this is where they were great last week, as you mentioned. Both teams came home with a wet sail, so strap yourselves in for a good second half.
And as many would know, yesterday was Are You OK Day, and Brisbane Metro Touch announced that Metro Cup Round 9 will be Are You OK round to raise awareness for mental health issues and inspire everyone to take action to improve their own mental health and mental health of family and friends. We look forward to seeing the touch football community come together, for this special cause. So please stay tuned to Brisbane Metro Touch Facebook and Instagram pages to find out how you can show your support. Back underway for the second half. Southern Storm, as mentioned, get us underway. Plenty of chat to start. Both teams very vocal. As we see Price just hold it up and play out the back to Richards. They're forced to retrieve as Adam Russell plays it, gets good contact, loses his footing as well. There's a little look up at the referee. Anything for me, sir? Nothing on this occasion. Good contact again. Forces Richards to head back. And they'll be pretty happy with that first set there defensively, the Rebels.
Really happy with it, and you get a strong touch with Adam Russell trying to run a counties play and then tries to go to it again, and Ned Morecambe just does an excellent job pushing up in that link channel to help Liam Bauer out. So
there's Morecambe who plays it. Notley coming across field, steps out. Cridlin very vocal at the halftime break for the Rebels. Sends a nice ball, good touch though from Dave Richards. Bit of space out here on the left.
And exactly the start you wanted. Obviously, if you can't get points, you just want to leave the footy down the other end, and that's what Uni Rebels did, go 7-7. Now it's all about energy, getting up, and that they're going to do right here.
There's Adam Pride. Plays it over the halfway line. O'Brien just picking up, trying to get in between offside defenders.
I think, if I'm correct, they might have had one more touch to come there.
Eddie comes out to the left-hand side of the field. Fox cross from half. Moore plays it. Priddle in the midfield. Last touch for them now. Nice early ball from Moore. Coming up and making the touch. He comes off second best.
And Andrew Searle has been playing a bit of rugby league this year, so he'll be happy with that. He did it to himself, even though it wasn't him putting it on. So, poor Robbie Williams.
Comes
in. A little shoulder.
Bounce straight back to his feet. As Ward, early ball. Price loops it over the top. It is Williams. Nice little back in. And coming across to make the touch.
And whether or not you see that, Brad Russell just subbing in defence, sprints off, and to get there even quicker, slides down the hill. So bit of show footy, even in the sub box.
Morecambe plays it. Bauer streams onto the field. Morecambe picks it up. Nice little left to right. Oh, gets the bat on as well. The Courtney falls into his lap. Just couldn't connect. Looking to come back into the midfield. The tight battle between the two teams continues here in the second. Ward puts it through the hands. Links up nicely. Adam Russell plays out the back. Dave Richards was on skates. Manages to reel it in. As Connor Rolfe goes forward. Prendergast coming into the last now for the Storm. Rolfe losing the footing as well. Gets back to his feet. They've created numbers out here.
James Courtney with excellent defence. Looked beat for all money, Uni Rebels.
Good work. Nathan Cook coming up on the back foot to start the set. The ball movement is getting them out of trouble. Moore plays it and they force the incorrect area. They're very vocal from the far side of the field in that set. I think they felt like they were on top and they finished the set off nicely.
Yeah, massive set from Southern Storm, and it all started from that first touch with Nathan Cook. They fly up out of the line. Now they're going to get a great set here with Brad Russell, James Price about to work together.
There's two men putting the ball through the hands.
6 to go.
Another set of 6. Justin Cridlin getting the hands on the ball.
Uni Rebels wanting to sit a middle right back on side and press some high links. So try and, might be a ball down.
Correct. It's a really chopped up, you can probably see at both ends of the field and the weather that we've experienced, but the players just continually going out. It's just shy of that 7 metre zone is the real slippery danger area. It's really tricky for the players playing through that mid part of the field.
The key for Southern Storm there is try and get in behind that back middle sitting on side, and you get then both links and then both middles offside. So it's a difficult job to do, but if they can get that right, they'll create dangerous. Hegedus out of half.
Oh, Courtney puts the gas on. Oh, just loops one back into Hegedus. They're going to point to the spot. How about that? It's a bit of footy there from the UQ Rebels. But good work. Hegedus just gassed picked it up from half. This will look great on the replay. Here he goes.
Turns on the Jets.
Don't undersell what James Courtney did here. A little bit unconventional. Looping ball straight back in the infield.
Little around the corner pass. Comes off his hands on hips. Looks like he might have hurt the back trying to twist that body around to get the pass for Hegedus.
Oh, he's in the wars tonight.
But we spoke about Hegedus came out in the game, started with 2 errors, and since has been instrumental for the Uni Rebels. Sets up that try right before half time and then gets one himself there.
Last one here for the Storm. Adam Russell can't get away. William Bauer on the bootlaces. 3-0 on the scoreboard. Nice work, putting the ball through the hands. Searle shows it and plays. Notley now.
There from Notley.
Yeah, gets him on the front foot. They're happy with the way that this set is unfolding. Priddle will receive the ball back again. Linking up with Justin Cridlin in the midfield. Cridlin plays it. Notley goes left to right. Oh, it took a little deflection there off Robbie Williams. Just trying to get himself out of the way. Well, you don't see that too often.
That's tough.
Looks like they gained an advantage by it. It came off his back. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it looked like it was falling short, and it just gave it an extra little bit of legs. And Foxcroft in the corner. That's unlucky if you're Robbie Williams. I think he defended that as well as you could have. And nonetheless, Rebels go up 4-0 and another error. Corey Russell not happy with that.
They're starting to get a little bit frustrated with the errors. It's really hindered them throughout the match.
And one thing that Uni Rebels spoke about was completing sets, which they've done in abundance this second half so far. and now they're starting to reap the rewards of that.
We'll receive the footy back, Nathan Cook. Get a little bit of space out here on the left-hand side. Bauer, Rolf just flicking one across. It's been taken. They're on the back foot. They were making changes at the same time. That's a really good call. It popped into my head as soon as he played. It just looked like he stepped on the side. Didn't get his body over the ball.
I think it was just a little bit of a rush decision from Matt Moore. Obviously, you see one defender with 6 attackers on it. You want to get on it straight away. But
lucky to get away with it.
Very lucky if you're Southern Storm.
As O'Brien plays it, last touch. A little bit of footwork here. Brad Russell loops over the top and Prendergast off the fingertips, but the touch was Clay back in the midfield. Tom Eddy having to stretch out to get it.
Recovered very well, didn't he? Obviously, Brad Russell just went bang off the right foot. Eddie slips and somehow still gets up and makes the touch.
Changes will come on, a little bit of a bobble there from that man. As Morecambe links up with Priddle, Cridlin coming on, gets solid contact. Morecambe gasses, gets into the in goal, loops over the top. Good cover defence, Brad Russell. They'll get marched upfield as well, not returning the ball to where the mark was.
You've heard it a few times, probably in the effects marks from Justin Cridlin, is said it's not really important about finding the right person, it's completing the set and just finishing down the other end. So that's what you do when you're up by 4.
It's getting physical and getting a little bit lippy as well.
Oh yeah,
they'll get the penalty. And this starts to play in favour of Southern Storm. This is their type of footy.
This is what they're built on, and that's where they start to win that niggle. You get a bit frustrated with each other, and then Southern Storm come over top of you. So
Russell now trying to slice through off the hands of Bell. Full set of 6 here for the Storm, still searching for their first try of the match. They get it this time, beautiful ball, Adam Russell. He comes off the repeat set. They finally get one on the scoreboard, and it was a ripping one at that.
Probably just got the assignment wrong there if you're Uni Rebels. Short side sweeper. I think Lynx just maybe slipped over, but nonetheless, we spoke about it. Once the niggle starts to come in, that's when Southern Storm like to play a bit of footy, and that brings it back to 4-1.
Is this the start of the second half wet sail that we were talking about? It took them a while, though, to get their first points in the second half. Try was scored by Nathan Cook. 9.5 to go. Oh, they got to come up with a defensive stop, and they can't. Hegedus again, slicing between 2 Storm defenders, just flat-footed, sticking the arm out, just hoping to make the touch.
Hegedus once again pumps, then skips, finds the right person in Andrew Searle. Hands all over this game once again, James Hegedus. And Andrew Searle now with a couple of tries.
Oh, Adam Russell pumps off the little pop-out play. Bauer having to come back and cover defence from the midfield. Enterprising play.
Touch.
Yeah, early. Price sweeps, dummies, tries to slice in between Hegedus and Bauer. Touch is made again. Still throw plenty of questions. They're going early in the set as well.
Yeah, you get that opportunity when Adam Russell does something like he did. Oh, winger in.
Yeah, and they're going to point to the spot. Wow, what a set there from the Storm. They went early on touch one, little pop-out play. They tried again with Price, the next one along. How about this for the little sneaky play? Brad Russell running the outside in line.
Different setup to what you're used to when you see that play. But now some floodgates starting to open. You're going to get on the ball straight away as well, Southern Storm. Brad Russell's starting to put his fingerprints over this game.
Richards down the sideline as the changes will come on for the Storm. Prendergast offloads. Ward dishes. They've got their tails up here, the Storm. No, they've picked them up. It did look like it. It just seemed like there was purple jerseys galore.
Everywhere.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they had more than 7 on the field there at some stage, the Storm.
And that one hurts if you coach Chris Loft, because they've just scored a try. They've defended really well, on the ball fast, and look to be having a really good set coming in. So now Uni Rebels get a really good opportunity to go another one. And heard before Coach Tyrone Bruce saying, we need another one. I want one more.
Oh, and they
And
got
that
numbers.
they're going to get.
Courtney just strolls over. And that'll definitely be a moment in the game that they might look back on at the end of this one at full time, where the
Oh, no, what
momentum
do we have
really
here?
changed. Referees have pulled up. No, they're going to take it away. It's going to be a penalty to the Southern Storm. What's happened here?
They can't do that to us, Scotty. I've already marked it down on my sheet.
Oh,
So
we've got no white
we've
out
got
up
no
here.
white out, but nonetheless, we'll take that one off. Southern Storm now back on the ball.
Looked like the call might have been a forward pass.
Yeah,
from,
maybe
Matty
the
Lavery.
one before the winger. So
Yep. Rolf plays it. Richards, the contact. Oh,
yeah,
took a decent shot there, Dave Richards. He hit the deck and was caught upright.
so the call there wasn't necessarily a hard touch. It was just the shoulder was used in the side of the neck, as you say. But
Oh, a little show and go there, Adam Russell. He's just elusive. Goes from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. Here he goes again. Oh, looking for defenders to be offside. Having a little bit of a stumble coming into the defensive line. Come back and play it out on the 7 metre. Oh, looking for a no touch there. They've got them. They're on the back. Oh, what's the call here? No, on-field referee is going to give a penalty.
I'm going to say he's going to call it offside, but pulling out of the touch within the 7. If you're up in that 7, you have to stay up and make a touch.
Oh, did he get it away? Yes, he did.
Couple of tight ones so far. Prendergast on the sweep.
Oh, sends it back infield. They're on the back foot here, the Storm. They're happy. They're really up and about in the box here, the Rebels. They know this is a big defensive set. They hold this out. I feel like they might just run away with the game. Rolf plays it. Price dives in, digs in. Going to get through there.
And Liam Bauer with a really good touch there. Price not quite happy with the call, but great defensive job so far for Uni Rebels. Oh,
little
numbers.
Ball. Yeah, and good job. Now you're going to point to the spot. I was going to say, just keep an eye on Bradley Russell. He did a little sneaky little hand move there to Bailey out here on the right-hand side. I'm not too sure if that was what he intended. They still came out that way and got the points. They linked up for their last try. They do it again.
And right back in the game, 5 tries to 3. And as you said, big moment in the game. The try taken off Uni Rebels. Southern Storm go down the other end and score. A great touch again, Brad Russell. It's Russell versus Hegedus this game so far. So
Oh, good job to hold on to that. Off the fingertips there, Hegedus.
if he holds that, that's a try. I believe defender Dan O'Brien was called offside. They go away here, Southern Storm.
It's Pride linking up with the try scorer. Bailey Tuhari. And they're giving the ball back here to the Rebels.
And
So-
good idea there, Adam Pride. Probably just unlucky.
Oh,
not
jeez,
leave.
that was... Oh.
You get a bit excited when
Oh.
he sees just an inch of space that he had there.
Well, the 2 defenders up in the touch there, and his eyes just lit up like
Yeah.
Christmas then. There's Bauer, Jinx. It's been good tonight as well. Liam Bauer. Ooh, a little bit of finger pointing going on.
Good
and a
honesty,
penalty.
Adam Pride. So call there. He said yes in the touch, but actually didn't make it. So corrected himself. Yes, no call. Uni Rebels with another set.
Notley sweeps, gets it. Players are onside there from the Storm. Nice work, Pride and Ryan Wood. making the touch. Still touches in the bank here for the Rebels. Bauer gets it, left foot. Oh, how did he hold his feet there? Liam Bauer, they're going to point to the spot. We looked done for all money, had a little bit of a slip, manages to compose himself, comes off that left foot and gets it down.
He did something very similar last week. Liam Bauer just comes off the left foot, and once again, in these conditions, I don't know how he's stayed upright. And a big try in this match, obviously. Southern Storm starting to get a sniff. Liam Bauer takes them back out to 3 with about 2 to play, so that's a massive moment in the game from Liam Bauer.
Corey Russell plays it. There's players down again here for the Rebels. And they take full advantage to Storm, so they're not going away, but does the clock start to become a bit of a factor for them now?
2 minutes to go, though. It's definitely possible. They should get at least 2 cracks. But have to get a stop here. If you're Uni Rebels, you want to just go down there, ice the game off.
Belt takes it off the restart. 4-all in the second half. It has opened up 2-0 at the halftime break. That first half might prove to be pivotal. The 2 teams can't be separated in terms of tries scored here in the second. They might be separated now, and they will be, though. There's Hegedus just summing it up. Well, I don't think we'll have to put too much effort in to see who's going to get the man of the match points tonight for the Rebels.
Not at all. He just shows a little delayed punish, comes off the left foot, pumps, Link slipping over, and sums it up so nicely with a short ball.
7-4 on the scoreboard.
Once again, probably going to take those 3 Dally M medal points.
He's got them sewn up nicely. There's Adam Pride. Withdraws, Price sweeps. And nice cover defence in the middle there. Justin Cridlin. Williams from half. Adam Pride in the middle of the field. Burrows in. Price loops off the fingertips and coming across.
Might have been offside.
And they want to get back underway.
20 to go. Takes up precious time.
Adam Russell plays it. Prendergast comes back to the open side. Pride holds it up. New one to come. Hooter is imminent. The Rebels just holding their defensive line. A little bit of a bobble there. Hooter goes. Last play for the Storm. They put it through the hands. They can't connect up. And the UQ Rebels will get the victory. The final score 7-4. Took them all the way to the end. They didn't